UFC 307 Pereira versus Rountree just got announced. Only 10 fights though, which is very, very odd that the UFC wouldn't announce the entire card, but this is what they've announced so far, and we're going to be predicting every single fight on this entire UFC pay-per-view, which I'm going to be honest with you, is looking so freaking stacked. Kevin Holland, Dolidze on the prelims, Buckley, Thompson on the prelims, Esparza, a former champion, on the prelims as well. This is insanity in my opinion. This is a stacked UFC pay-per-view. A lot better than UFC 305. And if you are watching this video before UFC 305, make sure to go down to the pinned comment down below or the top link in the description to see all of the bets I am making for UFC 305. If you're watching this video a little bit later, again, it's only $1.25 per UFC fight card. Fight night pay-per-view, same price for all of it. Make sure to go down and become a channel member. But let's get into it, and we will do the full card prediction, starting with the welterweight division. Stephen Thompson, Joaquin, Buckley at 170 pounds. Buckley 4-0 in his new weight class of 170. Wonderboy 11 years older than Buckley, coming off that submission loss to Shavkat Rakhmonov. His last 3 losses have been the same way. Gilbert Burns, Belal Muhammad, and Shavkat Rakhmonov. He was able to beat Kevin Holland, who for some reason did not want to go for the takedown. Stupid game plan there. And then Jeff Neal, who just doesn't have that type of wrestling to go out there and win the fight on the floor. Buckley, if we saw his if you go into his Instagram right now and check out his profile picture, it's Joaquin Bucklemagomedov, okay? Joaquin Bucklemagomedov is his profile picture, and I do believe that is going to be the path to victory here. I think Buckley is really just going to eat a few shots coming in, get to the inside of Wonderboy Thompson, throw a few big haymaker shots, get Wonderboy Thompson's back to the cage, his hands up a little bit more than they usually are down by the waist, have him defending big shots. Boom. Joaquin Buckley is going to Belal Muhammad it, Joaquin Bucklemagomedov it, and I do believe the way to win here against a guy like Wonderboy is really going to be to wrestle him. When have you really seen, unless it was like a crazy fluke knockout, a guy go out there and beat Wonderboy Thompson with striking? I don't really think that happens. Woodley had to wrestle a little bit. Darren Till, I believe, had to wrestle a little bit, if I am remembering that one correctly, and then the Tyron Woodley draw. Other than that, it is really just the Anthony Pettis fluke Superman punch knockout, which, yes, I believe Joaquin Buckley would be capable of doing. But again, he's got to wrestle, he's got to grapple, he's got to make this an MMA fight, and I do believe he does. I got Buckley winning this one 29-28 in a very, very close fight. Kevin Holland taking on Dolidze. Dolidze, only 1 vote is in, and they have him by decision right there. I am going to go the underdog to win. Roman is ranked in, well, he was ranked, I don't know why they changed it, but he should be ranked in the middleweight division and the light heavyweight division as the 10th ranked guy in both weight classes, because, well, he beat Jack Hermanson, who's ranked 9th at middleweight, and he beat Anthony Smith, who is ranked 10th at light heavyweight. This dude is legit. But is he as legit as Kevin Holland? No. Kevin is a better striker than Dolidze, a lot faster. He is going to be taller. He's going to be lengthier. Roman's just going to keep walking into punches as he throws big looping haymakers that are really slow and sloppy. And I do believe Kevin Holland will just keep catching him as he comes in. I think he will get taken down once or twice or 3 times throughout this fight, but I think he gets back up, and I think he wins 2 rounds on the feet, lose one round on the ground with the wrestling and grappling. Gonna have to go towards the prime MMA fighter, Kevin Holland, about 32 years of age, to outstrike Roman on the feet. And are you going to knock out Dolidze? No, you're not. He's never been finished. Lost a decision, and, well, he lost a decision. I got this one going all the way, and I got Kevin Holland by a very close decision. Carla Esparza, Tecia Pennington 2 in the UFC's women's strawweight division. Tecia Pennington on a 2-fight losing streak right now. She was on a 4-fight losing streak quite a while ago. Andrade, Jacek, Weili Zhang, that is a champion. That is a champion. That is a champion, and then that is a top 5 girl who was undefeated at the time in the women's strawweight division. She won 3 in a row, including one over Angela Hill. Then kind of got robbed 2 fights in a row on Mackenzie Dern and Tabitha Hichi. Again, I haven't watched the fight recently, so those could have been fights that could have gone either way. Not necessarily 100% robberies in the UFC strawweight division, but this one here is going to be a rematch. Their first fight, very, very close, as it was a majority decision win for Carla Esparza to get it. Tecia has fought Carla, the champion. She beat Rose Namajunas earlier on in her MMA career. She lost to Rose Namajunas later. Again, 3 champions in a row right here, and now she's fighting another champion again in the women's strawweight division for Carla Esparza's retirement fight. Again, she was on a crazy win streak, beating Michelle Waterson, Marina Rodriguez, Yan Xiaonan in a dominating ground and pound TKO. Then the greatest fight of all time, Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. She won a very fun back and forth split. It was horrible. That fight sucked. But this is going to be Carla's retirement fight. Maybe it could be Tecia Pennington's, because you never know. If she loses this fight, 3 losses in a row, 35 years old, I could very, very well see Tecia retiring here. But I think this one does go to Carla Esparza. I think she wins this one in her final MMA fight in her career. I think she does exactly what Tabitha Hishi did, exactly what Mackenzie Dern did, gets the fight to the ground, keeps the fight on the ground. But instead of what Tabitha and Mackenzie Dern were doing, which was not a lot of ground and pound, a little bit more holding and going for submissions and things like that, I think Carla will land a heck of a lot more ground and pound. She shouldn't be the cookie monster. She should be the ground and pound monster. And I do believe she will get close to a stoppage. Not because it's going to be so many punches. It's just going to be, I think she's going to cut open Tecia Pennington at some point with elbows on the ground. But I think it goes all the way. And I'm going to go Carla Esparza. So 30-27 unanimous decision. The fight that is kind of not like the others. Ihor Potieria, Cesar Almeida. Again, we got ranked guys, ranked girls, former champions, 2 ranked girls here, top 5 females right there, top 15 bantamweights, top 15 featherweights, champions, title contenders, all of this. And then we got Ihor Potieria and Cesar Almeida. The whole card is so freaking stacked that Ihor Potieria, Cesar Almeida is the worst fight on paper in terms of like popularity and name recognition and things like that. But this is a banger, man. If this is the worst fight on the card so far, that's how you know this card is so freaking good. Ihor's very young. Cesar's a little bit older, 36 and a half years old. Height and reach pretty similar, nothing crazy there. They're going to strike, they're going to throw hands and feet, and one of them is going down, and that man is going to be Ihor Potieria. I don't believe Ihor will be able to withstand the crazy power that I'm just kidding. Cesar doesn't have crazy power, but I think Cesar will keep it even on the feet, outland him by just a little bit. Ihor's going to come in, try to get a knockout, and I'm going to go Cesar Almeida to counter him, coming in with a TKO in round number 2. Marina Rodriguez, Iasmin Lucindo in the women's strawweight division. I'm hoping Iasmin wins. I'm a fan of Iasmin. I think she's 22 years old, 3 wins in a row, only lost to Yasmin Jauregui, beat Brogan Walker, Poliana Viana, Carolina Kovalkiewicz. A lot of solid wins right here, and a finish over Poliana Viana. Very, very impressive. I'm praying Iasmin wins. She would be such an incredible contender in the women's strawweight division to only be 22 years old and beat a girl like Marina Rodriguez. Again, I'm hoping that happens, but I think Marina Rodriguez is going to be the better striker. She's more experienced against so much higher level competition. If Marina's out there outstriking Yan Xiaonan, and she's out there knocking out Michelle Waterson, and really only losing to Jessica Andrade, former champion, Verna, top 5 girl, Amanda Lemos, former title challenger. I don't think Iasmin's on that level just yet. She doesn't have that kind of power, in my opinion. And I think the power of Marina Rodriguez is what's going to get her the win here. I'm going to go Marina Rodriguez by a unanimous decision. 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27. Kayla Harrison and Ketlen Viera in the women's bantamweight division. I got this going all the way. Now, do I want that to happen? No. I'm praying, please God. Please, Kayla Harrison, go out there and knock out Ketlen Viera in round number 1. Submit her in round number 1, but Ketlen's never been submitted. I highly doubt she's going to get submitted here, and she's only been finished once by Irene Aldana with a crazy perfectly placed shot right down the middle, right on the chin that put her down. Kayla doesn't have that type of striking, and I don't think, again, Ketlen's never been submitted. I don't think she's going to get submitted here. So the only real way for a finish, in my opinion, is a ground and pound TKO, and I think Ketlen's jiu-jitsu would get her out of those positions where she is going to get ground and pound TKO. So personally, I got to go on all the way. 97% are saying Harrison to win, and most of those, I'd be about 50% saying submission, and 20% saying knockout, so about 70% saying finish, 30% saying decision there. Personally, I think it does go all the way. I'm riding with the decision train here, which is not a very popular pick, but I gotta go on all the way. I think Ketlen will try to keep it on the feet, to be honest with you, and just keep it as an even fight, because on the ground, she's just going to be attempting submissions, and she's going to be ground and pounded by Kayla, who's going to win that way. And that's what I think is going to happen. Kayla with the ground and pound, and I'm going to go 30-27. Jose Aldo and Mario Bautista in the bantamweight division. Height advantage going Mario. Reach advantage going Jose. Jose's got pretty long arms for the bantamweight division. Obviously, age, yes, Mario is 31 years old. Very, very early on into his MMA career. He's got great striking, great movement on the feet. Jose does as well. And Mario Bautista's leg kick defense, which a lot of people like to say Jose is one of the better leg kickers in the game. Mario's got great leg kick defense. Tapology's going Aldo. I'm sure the betting odds are going to be slightly lean towards Aldo. As of right now, I'm going to go Aldo as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very, very close one. I don't think it's going to be a domination either way. It's going to be a 29-28, and I'm going to go split decision for Jose Aldo. Yes, Mario's got great leg kick defense against guys that aren't really good at the leg kicks. I think that's going to be the factor here. I think the boxing, the body shots, the head shots are going to be very, very even between Mario and Jose, but I really do believe Jose is going to find that groove, laying up top and mixing those leg kicks really well. Again, Mario hasn't faced a leg kicker of this caliber just yet, and I think that's going to be the key factor to barely edge it out. Split decision for Jose Aldo. Movsar Evloev and Aljamain Sterling in the featherweight division. 30 years old for Movsar and 35 for Aljamain Sterling. Tapology going Evloev as a 50-50 fight. I'm very curious to see what the betting odds are going to have it, because right now I'm thinking -115, -105 for Movsar Evloev. I do have him winning this one. I really do believe Aljamain Sterling is going to get taken down fairly easily by Movsar Evloev. Yes, Aljamain does have great takedown offense. I've never really been a fan of his takedown defense. He's gotten taken down many a times by Petr Yan. Yeah, maybe he might have wanted that to happen. He might have wanted it to get to the ground so we could look for a submission, maybe reverse the position. But if you're getting taken down by a lot lower level offensive wrestlers than Movsar, I think Movsar should have no problem getting it to the ground. I don't think he's going to make it fun. It's Movsar Evloev. He's never gotten a finish in the UFC, so I really do expect this one to obviously go to a decision and to obviously have Movsar just landing the takedowns, defending the submissions, and ground and pounding on top. I'm going to go Movsar Evloev to win. Let's go 29-28 unanimous decision. Raquel Pennington and Julianna Peña for the belts. Julianna getting a title fight, literally just like Israel Adesanya this weekend at UFC 305. Why are either of these fighters getting the title fight? I would have much rather Julianna versus Ketlen Viera and Kayla Harrison versus Raquel Pennington. I would have much have rather Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis rematch, or Robert Whittaker versus Dricus du Plessis, and Adesanya versus somebody else on that same card. Why is Peña getting the title shot? I don't know. She beat Nunes. Cool, you got 50-45, 50-44, 50-43 on the judges' scorecards after that. You don't deserve no freaking title shot. But similar age, 36 and 35 years old. Raquel is going to be the much better striker here. Julianna, I've never at all been a fan of this girl's striking. It's sloppy. It's just blitzes, kind of, and when you blitz, you're going to get countered with kicks, and you're going to eat shots coming in while you're doing that blitz. Now, it could be good when maybe you're able to catch your opponent and rock them like you were against Amanda Nunes, but if you're not able to rock them with that blitz, you're just going to keep eating counters on the way in, and I think that's what's going to happen here. Raquel Pennington, again, I would freaking love to go out there and say Raquel by finish. How the heck am I going to do that when the only girl she's finished was a guillotine in round 2 on Macy Chasson when, other than that, her last finish was 2015. She's had one finish in 8 years. Decision, 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 decision. What are we doing? What? Raquel, try to land a big shot. Try to go for the finish. Try to go for a submission. Stop winning decisions, man. I mean, Mayra Bueno Silva was so gassed out in round number 5, and you really didn't go for it. Go for it here. Julian, I know. If Amanda Nunes can't finish Peña, how is Raquel gonna? That's why I'm picking you to win by decision, but please, let's get a finish. Julianna, go out there and finish Pennington. Let's bring some life back into this UFC bantamweight division, because for a long time it's just been Nunes dominating and all of the contenders going to decision. So please, let's get a finish. I'm going to go Raquel by decision, but let's get a finish. God damn. Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. in the light heavyweight division. Kind of a shock for me, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know why Magomed Ankalaev was not given the title fight. This could be the reason they really didn't want to do Alex versus Ankalaev in the main event of UFC 307 because reasons, I don't know. Maybe they didn't want Alex to lose in the main event. Again, I have no idea, but I would again say this is a better fight than Magomed Ankalaev, Alex Pereira, but Khalil does not deserve it. I mean, his last one was Anthony Smith. Why are we giving a title fight to Khalil Rountree? Again, I know they don't want Ankalaev to become a champion, and they don't want Alex to lose the belt in Salt Lake City, Utah, to have Ankalaev have the moment at the mic. They don't want that to happen unless it's in Abu Dhabi, unless it's in the UAE or something like that. So, and the UFC just really doesn't like Magomed Ankalaev, for being honest with you. But this is a really good one. Khalil's been asking for this fight for a very, very long time. He was supposed to fight Jamal Hill for the, the UFC 303 card, but that fight got canceled due to like banned substances that he didn't intentionally take, but that were given to him on accident by a supplement company. So I'm happy they're at least giving him a step up. Personally, if we're looking at the light heavyweight division, I totally would have rather Alex Pereira again versus Magomed Ankalaev, and I would have totally rather had Khalil Rountree versus a Jan Blachowicz, Khalil versus Jiri Prochazka. I would have totally wanted one of those type of matchups, but they're giving him the title fight. I do believe it will stay on the feet. Khalil's kind of vowed that he's not going to go for a takedown. Alex is not going to go for a takedown. Alex is taller. He is lengthier. Khalil is obviously a very, very good striker, but I do believe his chin isn't going to be as good fighting a guy like Alex Pereira. When has Khalil really fought a power puncher in the UFC light heavyweight division? Bukauskas, Carl Roberson, Jacoby, Chris Dawkins, Smith. None of these guys really known to have crazy KO power. He's been knocked out before. Was a very, very long time ago, and that's the only time he's ever been knocked out, was the Johnny Walker fight back in 2018. But I don't think this goes all the way. I see it being very, very hard for Khalil to survive the full 5 rounds against Alex Pereira. Eventually, he's going to get hit with that left hook like everybody does. I got Alex Pereira by knockout. Let's go, not round 1, not round 2, but round 3. Let's go Alex Pereira, round 3 TKO. That is the full card prediction for UFC 307. Pereira versus Rountree. I got Alex Pereira by round 3 TKO. Raquel Pennington by decision. Movzar by decision. Jose Aldo by decision. Kayla Harrison by decision. Please be more finishes than this. Marina Rodriguez by decision. Cesar Almeida by TKO in round 1, round 2. Carla Esparza to almost get the TKO due to doctor stoppage, but Tecia will barely survive and win. Carla will win a very close decision. Not a close one. I think 29-28, 29-28, 30-27. I think that's what I said. Kevin Holland by unanimous decision, and Joaquin Buckley in a very, very close decision. Again, that's only 2 finishes. Please, UFC, be more finishes. Kayla, get the finish. Movzar, get your first freaking finish. Raquel, go for a finish for the first time in your MMA career. And let's hope for that doctor stoppage. Come on, guys. You're not knocking out Dolidze, and I doubt he's going to go out there and finish Wonderboy. So those are my predictions. UFC 307. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.